in the world. Love to Costa Rica. Love to India. Love to who else I want to give love to? In general, love to everybody. But yeah, Costa Rica, India, and uh, Africa is like Zimbabwe. And where else? And love to uh, Saudi Arabia. Shukran, salam alaikum, assalama. Okay, I'm only learning. Okay, no, I come on here on holidays, and yeah, I come on here not on a consistent basis because I don't really do a lot of YouTube lives. I do mainly a lot of uploads. And yeah, I do a lot of. I've been doing like a lot of like uploads and um, stuff like that. By the way, this is specialized gum by xylitol. No, I hope that you are doing good wherever it is that you are in the world. I decided to come on here because I don't know how I'm going to feel later on. Later on, probably I'll fall asleep or I won't be up or I will probably like doze out or something or I don't know what. But um, that's why I decided to come on here at this time. What time is it in Chicago? 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 It is 2:43 Central Standard Time, December 31st on a Wednesday. Happy New Year. Hey, how you doing? Appreciate you and all the love, Mr. Rashim Haas Stewart. Please follow him on his YouTube. He's got a lot of great inspirational, a lot of great motivational. And once again, I am so sorry for the loss of your loved one. And you know what I'm going to talk about here, right? We're going to talk about health conditions. We're going to talk about the loved ones that we have lost in 2025. I've lost loved ones on here. I lost my Shiba baby, my doggy baby. I lost her back in January 6th of 2023 is when she passed away. And why is she so significant? Because she was a star on here on my Let's Get Real YouTube channel. And what else was I going to tell you? Yeah, I also lost earlier this year. I lost my dearest mommy, Petrita. My mommy, Petrita. My mommy Petrita was a devout Catholic, and so was my papi Don Lenchito. And you know what I want to do on here? I want to lift up the memory of our loved ones. Yes, lift up the memory of our loved ones. What did your great grandmother do? Okay, did she do that beef stew, that authentic, what is that, mole? Did she do that tea that she brews up? You know, that old fashioned, really delicious, old style, all natural tea that she did. What did your great grandma do? Um, what am I supposed to say? Well, what about your great grandpa? What about your great grandpa? What did he do to lift up your spirit? Did he let you sit on his lap? Did he used to like swing you on the? Did he take you to the park a lot? Did he like his famous corridos y canciones? You know, that really old fashioned classical music. That really just authentic classical music. That really no copyright classical music that we are talking about. Yes, that is exactly what my parents loved. They loved that corridos and canciones. They loved that traditional. They were so old fashioned. They were old fashioned, like maybe like the 1900s, or we're talking about what the 1900s. And how are you going to honor their legacy this coming year? Well, you know how I'm going to honor their legacy. I am going to talk about them so much on here because they are a part of me. They are a part of you. And I so want to share their story with you or with the youth. Okay. By the way, I have my journals on here, and a lot of you know that on here I talk a lot about journals. I'm an affiliate marketer, and I have decided to concentrate on selling a lot of pens, yes, pens, and journals. This particular journal is a set that I purchased on Amazon. When did I purchase this journal? I think I purchased this. Oh my goodness, I couldn't even tell you. This was back December 28th of 2024. So wow, it's been about a year with these journals, and they are sturdy. They're black. Make sure that you well, this one I particularly don't have, but this one is for my health condition. This is for my health journal for health condition. And what is this? You recognize that? You recognize that? Yeah, you recognize that? Yeah. And remember that if you purchase a set of journals, make sure that you, and they look the same, make sure that you really know how to separate them to document that. Because a lot of times when I just barely got these, I didn't know how to, what is that, note them or decorate them to my liking. I didn't know how I was going to do the setting of my journals, but, or rather, note my journals, right? You know what I mean. I didn't know what direction I was going to go with my journals. And now I got this. And inside of here, of this journal, because remember, this is my health conditions journal. Okay? This is my health conditions journal. I've got test results. Look at this. Test results. I've got test results. And yes, we are going to talk about health conditions. I've got test results. And by the way, I'm going to ask ChatGPT tonight. By the way, let me set up my ChatGPT. Because I want to set up a journal for every area of your life. You want to set up a journal for your family members, right? You want to set up a journal for your trading. You want to set up a journal for your health conditions. You want to set up a journal for your cooking, right? So that way, whenever it is that you have that idea to put it on a hard copy or write a book, or maybe put it on a video vlog, or maybe to put it on a voice recorder, you already have an idea or a hard copy as to how it is that you want to go about and write down your plan. Yeah, awesome. Hold on, let me get up my ChatGPT on here, because you know we're gonna ask ChatGPT. We're gonna ask the ChatGPT, the big chat. By the way, how are you doing on your investing? Okay, I know we're going to talk about loved ones on here, but briefly, I want to know, how are you doing with your Robinhood? How are you doing on your Webull? How are you doing on your Interactive Brokers? How are you doing on your Top Step? By the way, Top Step and My Funded Trades, those are prop firms. Okay, let's see, what do we got on here? Where is my ChatGPT? I get the brain fog. Sorry about that. Please excuse me. Yeah, I could jump from one area to the next. All right, so I got my ChatGPT up. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Your year is with ChatGPT. Okay, okay, so we got this. So we got our journal. We got our journal set up. Okay. Now, what about? Could you believe this journal? I've had this one. How long have I had this journal? This was from April 24th of 2001. Wow, look at this one. And again, all of these are hard cover. You can obviously um, decorate them to your liking, to your preference. Yeah. And by the way, I'm on Twitch as well. And I use this so much for like look at this. I fill this puppy up so much. And I guess the one thing that I really want you to emphasize on here, excuse me if I keep jumping around. I want to emphasize the good and the bad, and that you need to write down your emotions. There are people that say that you have to separate yourself from your emotions. No, you need to write down your emotions. How do you feel in every area of your life? Let me tell you. I remember one time when I was at church, right? I was at church, uh, and I was so feeling lonely at church because, I have to, set myself from the crowd because I have a health condition, whether it's Hashimoto's, MS, or whatever autoimmune condition that I'm going through, and I have to separate myself from everybody because I will go into an episode, and an episode usually starts with anxiety, depression, vertigo, or a lot of anxiety, like almost like a panic anxiety. And then I need to, set myself apart from everybody to be alone so that I can relax, pray, and meditate and then feel better. But let me tell you this, I hate it, or rather, I shouldn't say hate it, I dislike whenever people try to define your health condition. First of all, I don't live in your body, and you don't live in my body. And believe me, you don't want to live in my body when you have something like Hashimoto's, because you are literally having disruption, disruption of the thyroid and the nervous system. How are you going to define that? Oh yeah, you could go take a medication, you could go take a magical supplement, and that's going to fix you up. No, it's not. Hello? I do not live in your body, and you do not live in my body. But I want to understand what you're going through at the root of your health condition. Oh, excuse me. I don't mean to point. No, but yeah, a lot of times when I feel alone, a lot of times when I feel out of place, a lot of times when I feel that people don't understand me, it's very important for me to share my emotions. What are my thoughts, and how can I express them? Other than just coming on here, on my YouTube channel, because I really love doing a video blog on what it is that I'm going through. And yeah, I mean, it really hurts whenever you see people around you get ahead, and here it is, you're stuck in your world. But you have to remember one thing: coming on here, sharing your emotions, love and prayer, that is key anywhere, at any time in your life. Okay, so anyways, okay, yeah, so yeah, this particular journal, here it is again. And by the way, a lot of the drawings, a lot of the printing that I have done, I have used Canva. Now you can use Microsoft Word, you can use anything in order for you, what is that, to print out your pictures. Yeah, you can use, but I use Canva a lot. And a lot of these technical designers or content creators, they make it seem so easy. And you really have to be a, what is that, technical person or director or whatever it is in order for you to really get to know these platforms and for you to really bring them up at light. I tried using Canva to tell a story about my parents. The timing and the what is that? The clicks, or I don't even know how to word what it is that I was trying to do. But I got so, and it didn't come out the way that I wanted to. You know what I had to do? I just had to straight up and delete it. Okay. But yeah, my mommy. You many and most of you have already seen this picture of my mommy. By the way, I'm gonna write like little tidbits about it, about my mommy, Petrita. Here she is again. And I've showed you these before on my uploads. By the way, this is 3 generations right here. This is me, my niece, and my mommy. And this is when my niece was barely born. And here is a new picture that I just printed up right now. This is a picture of my papi, my Don Lenchito. Now, I'm trying to enhance the picture, but I guess the quality didn't come out so much, right? I don't know if you can maybe see. I tried to enhance it on Canva, and I even tried removing the background, and it didn't come out so quite well. I'm going to try printing it again. And by the way, this is a lot of ink that you're using on paper. The words did come out pretty good. And this is where they're buried at. So, yeah, I mean, Canva is pretty good. I mean, it's pretty good. It doesn't always help you do a lot of the things, because if you're trying to do like a voiceover or a recorder, the settings of the timings in order for you to what is that, get it right, in order for you to get your story right and upload it. And by the way, when it comes to Canva, remember this: there's a free version, and then there's an unpaid version. I mean, a paid version. I have the paid version, so I can do a lot of the things. Hold on with that thought. By the way, this is Muffin in the back of me. Muffin! This is Muffin's first 2026 with me. First year. Hey, Muffin! Hey, you baby, Papa. What do I want this year? I want every furry baby out there to have a home, a loving home. And I want every mummy and furry baby to come on here. I know we have thousands of furry babies in shelters. And even though one time, what is that, my last live, she knocked down the lamp and she's making my house smell, I still love her. And I do miss my Shiba baby. Oh, what's her name? Her name is Muffin Shiba Baby Favela. Are you Muffin? All right. So, oh, and by the way, I do want to remember my friend Barbara, who dedicated this this journal to me. This journal means so much. Look at what she did. She put Jesus on it, and she actually made this. It's like a pink cover up. Okay. And this should probably go in the wash because look how dirty it is. And look how much I have used this journal. Again, this is about journals. She gave me this journal back. September 8th of 2022. That was my birthday. Wow. Yeah. And this is why I am so for journaling. And don't forget, some of the biggest minds are journalers. Sean Cannell, Myron Golden, John Maxwell. A lot of the big directors, their journal, they have journals. Wow. So I couldn't be more proud of being a journal freak. I think I have what? Hold on. Where's my other journal? Oh, Muffin is on top of it. Look at her. Muffin. Say hi, Reverend Rashim Hall Stewart. I'm the next YouTube star. No, what am I going to do? How am I going to get her off my journal? That's okay. By the way, I just ordered this new stand on Amazon. And it's supposed to really hold up. By the way, the time is 3:06 p.m. Central Standard Time. What time is that in Army time? I think it's 1500, right? 1506. No, but this new stand that I just got, it's perfect. It's good. Hold on. Look at that. It can flex up and down. It'll really hold my tablet, like whenever it is that I want to watch TV. Yeah. Hope you like the camera stand that I just bought. Okay, well, anyways. So let's move on ahead and use up our ChatGPT. What do we want to know today? I know. I'll be right back. So I want you to know that I spent money on this thing called the GI map. GI Microbiome Assay Plus. I'll show it to you. And it's a DNA stool analysis by qPCR. I still have yet to receive the results, but let's find out what this is. Hold on. Hey chat, what is the GI-MAP?
The GI map, or gastrointestinal microbial assay panel, is a type of stool test that provides a comprehensive analysis of the gut microbiome. It checks for the presence of various bacteria, viruses, parasites, and fungi, and it also provides information about your digestive health and immune function. It's often used by healthcare providers to get a detailed look at the balance of your gut flora and help diagnose issues like dysbiosis or infections.
What about SIBO? SIBO. What is SIBO?
SIBO stands for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. It's a condition where there's an excessive amount of bacteria in the small intestine, which can lead to symptoms like bloating, gas, abdominal pain, diarrhea, or constipation. It usually happens when the normal balance of bacteria in the gut is disrupted, and it can sometimes be diagnosed through breath tests or other methods. Treatment typically involves antibiotics or dietary changes to help restore the gut balance.
What are some treatment for SIBO?
Though treatment for SIBO typically includes a combination of approaches, one common method is using antibiotics like rifaximin to reduce the bacterial overgrowth. Another approach is dietary changes like following a low FODMAP diet, which helps reduce fermentable carbohydrates that feed the bacteria. Probiotics can sometimes be helpful, though it's a bit nuanced. And sometimes motility agents are used to help the intestines move properly and prevent bacterial stagnation. It often requires a personalized approach based on the individual's symptoms and underlying causes.
What is the Dutch test?
The Dutch test stands for Dried Urine Test for Comprehensive Hormones. It's a type of hormone panel that measures various hormones and their metabolites in your urine. It's often used to assess adrenal function, sex hormones like estrogen, progesterone, testosterone, and also hormone metabolites. It's pretty useful for evaluating conditions like adrenal fatigue, hormone imbalances, and even menstrual irregularities. It's a comprehensive and detailed look at your hormone levels throughout the day.
Thanks, chat. I appreciate all your help.
You're always welcome. If you have any more questions or need anything else, just let me know.
Whew, that was a lot. And I want you to know one thing. I spent over $3,500 on these tests. And I just want answers. And it is very hard for me to celebrate any moment, any time, whenever it is that I have a health condition. You look at me from the outside and you say, she's normal, she's healthy. This year, I also had a CAT scan. I had an ultrasound of the breast, a mammogram of the breast. I had a bunch of different tests. I had a CAT scan of the kidneys. I have a sleep apnea still. Love is right. I want to be on here. I'm very scared. I really am. And that's typical, right? It's typical. But I also want you to understand one thing. This experience is very profound. I'm still eating a lot of the foods that I can eat. I'm still doing I'm obviously I'm staying away from gluten as much as I possibly can, like pizza, muffins. I basically did away with that. I'm doing a little bit of dairy here and there. I still just want to take good care of my gut microbiome, and I can't share with all of you young people. Learn to cook. Learn to pray. Learn to meditate. Because I damaged my gut lining. I damaged my gums, my teeth. And now I have to work hard to get back those body parts. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee as to what can come about. There isn't. But I do want to come on here and share what I'm going through. A lot of people classify me as being an airhead because I can't drive myself. A lot of people classify me as being lazy because I can't clean an entire house. By the way, I cleaned out my refrigerator the other day, and probably maybe about an hour after, I thought once again that I was going to go to the hospital. How many times did I go to the hospital this year? I went to the hospital maybe about 3, 4 times this year. Yeah, I went to the hospital about maybe 3 or 4 times this year. And they were all false alarms, by the way, because you know how my thyroid is so disrupted because of the thyroid nodule that I have. And so I was going into heart palpitations that literally I thought I was going to go into a heart attack. And the doctor said, no, it's not anything. You need to go back to the psychiatrist. I'm sorry. No. That's not for every doctor and nurse. That is not for every doctor and nurse. Because whenever it is, you have to understand, whenever it is that you have a health condition, you are going to have to look for these signs. Something is going on in the body. And I'm going to say this here and now. I am so glad that I have the symptoms that I have. So that way I can work on that area of my body. Nothing matters more to me than getting my gums back. Nothing matters more to me than getting my bones back. By the way, I have deformity in my, what is that, left or right hip? Hold on. Yeah, I have deformity. Where is my other journal? Let's see. What does this say? Evaluation of visceral organs is limited due to the lack of different intratracts. Lung bases, mild scattered indoor scarring, and a pericardial fluid is noted. Okay. Bones. Punctuate bone island of the proximal left femur. Degenerative changes in the left hip. Degenerative changes in the spine. Mild right convex curvature of the thoracolumbar spine. Okay, so I have things to do. I have prayer, meditation. I have exercises to do. And once again, if you are going through a health condition, don't ignore these signs. Don't ignore them. They are signs that something is going on in the body. For now, I have to have my Uber and Lyft still drive me. But I'm okay with that. All right, so let's switch it up a bit. Oh, yeah. Okay, no. Yeah, let's switch it up a bit. Okay, everybody rushing your house steward. So what are we going to do now? So let's ask chat. I don't have, okay. Hi, chat. Switching things up a bit. Tell me about Uber, ticker symbol UBER. Who's the CEO and what did they close at in the stock market?
Uber Technologies Incorporated, ticker symbol UBER, closed at $81.68 on December 31st, 2025, which was a slight drop of about 0.53% from the previous close. The CEO of Uber is Dara Khosrowshahi, who has been leading the company since 2017.
What about Lyft, ticker symbol LYFT?
31st, 2025, Lyft stock, ticker symbol LYFT, closed at $19.39, which was a slight increase of 0.41% from the previous close. During the trading day, it ranged between a high of $19.42 and a low of $19.18. Additionally, Lyft has expanded by acquiring FreeNow for $175 million and is set to partner with Baidu for autonomous ride hailing in the UK starting in 2026.
What about MetaWorks? How is MetaWorks doing?
MetaWorks Platforms, now Waste Energy Corp, is focused on converting waste into clean diesel fuel using AI and pyrolysis. Recently, they acquired Fog Dog Energy Solutions and entered into a $375,000 convertible loan agreement. As of December 31st, 2025, their stock traded at 3 cents, showing a slight increase. They reported about $420,000 in annual sales, but had a net loss of roughly $5.65 million. The company aims to start revenue generating operations by late 2024.
Tell me the difference between private and public companies.
Absolutely. The main difference lies in ownership and how they raise capital. Public companies have shares that are traded on stock exchanges, so anyone can buy or sell their stock. This means they have a larger pool of investors and must adhere to strict regulatory requirements and reporting standards. Private companies, on the other hand, are owned by a smaller group of investors, such as founders, private equity firms, or venture capitalists. Their shares aren't available to the general public, and they have fewer regulatory requirements and more flexibility in their operations. In summary, public companies have more access to capital, but also more scrutiny, while private companies have more control and privacy, but might face limitations in raising funds.
What is better, private or public? Give me your opinion.
That's a great question, and it really depends on the context and the goals of the company. Public companies have the advantage of greater access to capital, which can fuel growth, expansion, and innovation. They also benefit from increased visibility and credibility in the market. However, they also face more regulatory scrutiny, pressure from shareholders, and less control over decision making. On the other hand, private companies have more flexibility, greater control for founders and investors, and often less regulatory burden. This can allow for more agility and a focus on long-term goals, but they might have a harder time scaling quickly because of limited access to capital. In the end, it really comes down to what the company prioritizes, whether it's growth, control, or flexibility. There's no one size fits all answer.
Talk to me about ticker symbol HOOD, Robinhood.
Ticker symbol HOOD closed at $113.07 on December 31st, 2025, reflecting a slight drop. Throughout 2025, Robinhood saw about a 21% increase in its stock value. The company has been expanding internationally, entering the Indonesian market by acquiring local firms. They've also diversified their offerings to include cryptocurrency trading and prediction markets. While analysts have mixed views, with some lowering price targets and others remaining optimistic, Robinhood continues to grow and adapt, though investors should stay aware of regulatory challenges.
That was a lot, isn't it? And it's always a lot to get your mind off around anything. Anyways, what are you doing in your investing? Are you using Charles Schwab? Are you using Robinhood? Are you using Webull, Interactive Brokers? Tell me which trading platform you're using. Top Step and My Funded Futures. Those are prop firms. By the way, Top Step is in Chicago. I'm always on Top Step. And again, I'm just a I'm just a fanatic for Top Step. I'm always on the Top Step TV network. I have to just step away from the markets from time to time. And right now I'm going to ask chat, what are the time frames for holiday hours? Hold on. By the way, Chat GPT has the tendency to interrupt you if you don't, if you know what I mean. S chat. Okay. What are the time frames for trading? All right, now it won't even let me speak into it. Chat, what are the time frames for trading for every platform, including futures, forex, cryptocurrencies, and stocks and options?
Absolutely. Each market type has its own common time frames and unique characteristics. Here's a comprehensive look. Stocks and options, seconds to minutes, 1 minute, 5 minute charts, day trading, minutes to hours, 5 minute, 15 minute, 30 minute charts, swing trading, days to weeks, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily charts, position trading, months to years, daily, weekly, monthly charts, forex, foreign exchange, scalping, seconds to minutes, 1 minute, 5 minute charts, day trading, minutes to hours, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour charts, swing trading, hours to days, 4 hour daily charts, position trading, days to weeks or months, weekly, monthly charts, futures scalping, seconds to minutes, 1 minute, day trading, minutes to hours, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour charts, swing trading, hours to days, 1 hour, 4 hour daily charts, position trading, days to weeks or months, weekly, monthly charts, cryptocurrencies, seconds to minutes, 1 minute, 5 minute charts, day trading, minutes to hours, 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour charts, swing trading, hours to days, 4 hour daily charts, position trading, days to months, weekly, monthly charts, stocks and options, pre-market, 4 to 9:30 a.m. ET, regular 9:30 a.m., 4 p.m. ET, after hours, 4 p.m. ET. Forex open 24/5 with major sessions, Sydney, Tokyo, London, typically align with stock market hours, but some markets operate nearly 24/7. Crypto open 24/7, no closing hours. In essence, each market and platform can accommodate different trading styles and time frames. So it's all about what suits your goals and lifestyle best.
Tell me about the trading hours during holidays.
Absolutely. Holiday trading hours can vary quite a bit depending on the market and the specific holiday. Here's a general overview. US stock market, NYSE, NASDAQ, Thanksgiving, 4th Thursday, November. Regular session closed day after Thanksgiving, Black Friday. Regular session closes early at 1 p.m. ET. Christmas Eve, December 24. Regular session closes early at 1 p.m. ET. Christmas Day, December 25. Market closed. New Year's Eve, December 31st, closes early at 1 p.m. ET. New Year's Day, January 1, closed. Forex market, Christmas and New Year's Forex generally remains open 24/5, but liquidity is lower and trading volumes are reduced. Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve early closures or reduced trading hours. Futures market, Thanksgiving, some futures markets close early, typically at 1 p.m. ET. Christmas and New Year's futures markets may close early on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve. On Christmas Day and New Year's Day, markets are closed. Cryptocurrencies, always open. Crypto markets operate 24/7, including holidays with no closures. In summary, U.S. stock and futures markets have specific early closures or full closures during major holidays, while Forex and crypto markets generally remain open, though liquidity might be lower. Always good to double check specific holiday schedules for each year.
Always good to double check. All right. Thanks, chat. Appreciate all your help. Did you get all of that? You never really get all of that, do you? And I guess you can always go back and check out good old chat. um, what are the platforms in AI that you're using? I'm using Gemini. I'm doing Copilot, ChatGPT. I have so much in all this stuff, and it's very advanced and it's always changing. I'm going to include it more on here. You know, every platform has some sort of AI. Does AI become an excuse for you to be lazy? It does kind of get you a little lazier, doesn't it? Or does it not? I guess I guess it all depends, right? Um Sometimes it can just, what does that take you in circles? You're asking that you ask it the same question and all it does is like get you in circles. Because the other day, let me tell you this, I was trying to contact my insurance company, and I won't say what insurance it is, but they were using their AI, and all it did was bring me back in circles to the same point every time. They need to work on that. What else can I think about AI and ChatGPT? Oh man, I don't know. Okay. Anyways, now it is coming on the point where I am going to close it out. Okay. And everything that I went through, everything that I'm still going through, it's kind of always a work in progress. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. As individuals, we are all on different levels. We're on different levels in our health. We're on different levels in our prayer life. We're on different levels in our investing. And on here, I want to talk about these areas. Um, yeah, moving forth. What else can I tell you? Yes, follow me on all of my social media platforms. Follow me on X. Follow me on Meta. On, you know, I have 3 um, links on Meta. I don't know how it got set up, because what I did was I set it up to my real virtual demand. I set it for my real Lori G, real L'Oreal 1, and then I set it up for my real Lori G, real L'Oreal. And I will link all of my um, social media, because I'm gonna really update all of my social media coming up for the new year, new up and coming years. By the way, what are you gonna change on your social media? How are you going to change your platforms? I'm definitely gonna change my LinkedIn. I'm gonna change my my Meta, which is, what is it, Facebook? Yeah, I'm gonna change my Facebook, and I'm gonna definitely change a little bit of my YouTube, because my YouTube has changed throughout the years. I've been on this platform, what? I can't even think of how year, if you go down all of the way down, all of the way, I probably started on this particular channel, I think back in what, 2017 or 2016, or even way further, way before then. Way. I mean, I have been on here for years. And hear me out. I want to be on here for years to come. I always encourage content creators. I always love and pray for you, for what it is that you are trying to do, the campaign, whatever it might be. Maybe you're trying to lift up your and remember your loved ones, whatever it is that you are trying to work on here. I definitely support you. For now, here's this one. Soy Lori G. I am in a place to be where got stocks, options, futures, forex, and cryptocurrencies. And I will see you next year. Well, maybe later on. Yeah, I'll see you maybe later on. Okay, depends on how I feel. But anyways, love and prayers to you. I'm glad to be here. Keep going, and I will see you.